at an undisclosed locations. That's right, we're going to be at a couple locations today, and we're going to be testing fire sprinkler pumps. Now I'm running out of stuff to film. Seems like every day is a new adventure, but it's a lot of repeats. So I'm do this every week, so I might as well make a video out of it. But I've made videos out of this before, but today I'm just going to make a time-lapse video. I'm going to just keep the camera rolling, excuse me, in time-lapse mode, and we're just going to run through this, and maybe I'll play some music. But here's what we got to do. We got to take all our gauge readings and run this pump for 30 minutes and check all the fluids and the batteries and oil. So that's what we're going to do here today. So let's put you in time-lapse mode. I'll show you. The sun is coming up here. So I'm going to hook up a little bit of plastic right there so the water gets off the curb and into the gutter. So let's put you in time-lapse mode. First, you always disconnect the alarms. All right, let's go. Time-lapse mode, activate. Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. That's right. Every week on Tuesdays, I get to run 4 fire sprinkler pumps in 2 different locations. That's right, these diesel pumps, all the fluids need to be checked in the batteries. That's what I'm doing there. I'm checking all the water in the batteries, and if there's any water to be added, we add a little distilled water. So basically what we do is take all the fluid measurements and all the readings on all the gauges, and what these weekly tests do is, well, they just make sure that that pump will go on. If there's a fire, we want that water pressure to be super high, because these buildings that have fire sprinkler pumps are usually really big. So that's why we test all the components here. And you can see when that thing is running, you really want to go and check all the little belts and all the lines, because I did run one time and one of the hoses blew out. So you can't really just go sit in your truck and look at your phone. You really got to pay attention in there, because as soon as you get comfortable with running these pumps, boy, something's going to happen. So you got to stay in there and keep all the readings. And of course you could stare at your phone for a minute or two, but not really. You got to do a little dance like this and kind of stay alert. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm staying alert. I'm looking at everything as I'm spinning around. So, well, here's where I start the second pump. Like I said, I have 2 pumps to do. So you can see I'm looking at all the fluids, making sure that all the waters in the batteries and the oils top shape. So here's where I take my little timer out and I start this pump up. And like I said, this pump needs to run for a half an hour too. So yeah, a lot of standing around, but not really. You're being very observant. So, well, like I said earlier in these videos, I'm running out of stuff to film, so this is about as good as it gets right here. You see that? But you got to make something out of nothing, as they say. Well, as always, I always want to thank you again for coming along with me on these running the fire pump adventures. Now on this next video you're about to see, I'm going to go run an electric pump and a diesel pump. And that one's in a different location. That's an old one, and that's always something to see. So stay tuned. Bye-bye, everybody. Peace, love. and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.